Hello friends, my name is Less Ashamed, and this video was supposed to be up on Monday. I recorded a bunch of vlog stuff that I wanted to edit down, and I looked at the time that I have in this week, and it's not happening, so I'm recording something else that I'm not going to edit, and I'm just going to present this to you as a sort of state of my life right now, just to fill you in on where I'm at. Okay, so this is kind of currently what's on my plate. I have two jobs, and the nature of them is that there's a feast and famine sort of situation. Either they're very busy or they're less busy, and neither has any obligation to work with the other job. It's just up to me to sort of coordinate the availability there. So what that means is that in fasting times, it has been as low as 25 hours in a week. Not really a sustainable amount. But this is currently feast time, and I'm over 60 hours for this week. So a lot of hours. Good thing for money, bad thing for rest of life. So that's one thing. Another thing is that I attempt to have a bit of a social life sometimes. Every once in a while, I try to maybe go to a movie, or hang out with friends. If I come home and see my roommates are watching something, I try to touch base with them and sit down for maybe 15 minutes to half an hour and actually watch it with them, engage in conversation. Apart from just other stuff from being in the house, like, making sure dishes are done, garbage goes out, just general chore stuff. So that takes a little bit of a chunk of time. There's also transit time. For example, today I actually worked at both jobs. I worked the first job in the morning, so it was about 45 minutes to get there. And then I went between jobs from one job to the other. That was about an hour. And then I would say an hour coming home. So that's 2 hours, 45 minutes in one day to just transit, nearly 3 hours. Yeah. It's not always that way. Usually it's one job. It's not usually both, but there wasn't a conflict this time, so it happened. Anyway, yeah, that multiplied by 6 days out of the week, and that adds up. I also have a girlfriend. I love her very much. I try to see her once in a while. I need her to kind of stay sane sometimes. I want to try and keep her sane sometimes. So that takes another little chunk. Here's another awkward one. I also applied for a job. This would potentially be like a career path job. It's the second time I've actually applied for this company, and I'm not going to delve into it too much, but the application had a bit of a process to it, so in the last couple of weeks, there went another 10 hours, basically. Yes, about 10 hours, all said. So there's that. I've gone to the gym 3 times a day, usually only for 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And maybe 20 minutes to walk there, 20 minutes to walk back. So that's another little chunk. And yes, 3 times a day. I'm happy to say that's been 8 weeks in a row and counting. I feel great. It feels great to be getting back into fitness stuff. I'm getting swole, seeing some gains, but that's not me. I'm not really a big gym rat guy, at least not yet. But there's improvements, and I'm paying attention to my diet, and I have energy, and I have some strength coming back, and that's amazing. So I'm not cutting that. That's sticking around. Here's a fun one. I'm sitting on a little secret. I've been working on a project with my brother. You don't get to know about it just yet. Maybe 1 or 2 of you do, but it is going to be cool. Basically, I've been doing some stuff with him once a week. We've got a bit of a backlog going, and we're going to have something to announce by April 6th. That's this coming April 6th. A little over a week away at this point. It's going to be good, and you're going to want to get in on it. It's actually going to be a prize giveaway at the beginning of it, so pay attention. Worth it to try and win a prize. Not very much input from you necessary, and prize possible. Let's talk about time management for a second. Here's 2 or 3 tools that I've used that sort of help. One is that I record my hours very often, and I record sort of time chunks. So when I know which days I'm going to have free to put in the gym, I look at my schedule and I say, okay, I put a little G, and it's like a G there. Go to the gym on this day. Also, to keep me accountable to the going to the gym 3 times a week, this is on the whiteboard currently at the door of our house. This is something that I see all the time and my roommates see all the time, and it helps keep me accountable. Every time I go to the gym, I put a little check in one of those circles. Every time I fill all 3 circles, I get to change the number to a new, like, week combo. So that's encouraging to keep going. It actually keeps me motivated to think, like, oh, I haven't gone yet this week, or I owe one more time, or, you know, it really helps. I highly recommend that system. Also, I really like this other thing, Todoist. It's really good for potentially helping with some other systemic stuff. Like, for example, Con Bravo emails. I didn't even mention that. I head up the guest department for Con Bravo, convention that happens in Hamilton every year. It's happening at the end of July. You should check it out if you haven't already heard about it or know about it. You might notice, if you check out the guest side, that I'm not sure if this is the case as of right now or when you hear this, but the guests page might actually be blank. That's my fault. It's largely my fault. I am ongoing in communication with a lot of potential guests, some returning, some new, some prospects, what have you. I counted, it's close to 60 conversations. 60. So that takes a little time. There's that. Hey, remember when I had a backlog? That's another thing. At one point I had a backlog, and I recorded Let's Plays kind of in bulk, didn't edit them down too much, or I edited them in a particular way that it was possible for me to be 2 to 3 weeks ahead. Yeah, not so much. That's why it's been hard to stay on top of 3 videos a week, especially like the creative slot, which is like, oh, give me a break. What, I gotta do something new. I gotta do something fresh. I have plenty of ideas, but it's just the lack of time to execute. It's really hard. So stick with me. I apologize. It is hard to keep on point with 3 videos a week right now. I want to. I would like it to be higher in the priority list. I would like to move in that direction because I really love it. I love doing it. But also grant me a little bit of mercy for the upcoming convention season, and understand that I'm going through until the end of July, and then August, like a breath of fresh air, a lot of that will be taken off my plate. And then things will be a little bit more possible, more plausible for a human being to do this with, you know, the amount of time that they have in a week. I didn't even mention in the social life bullet point here that, like, family wants to see me. Like, I go home to London or to see other family or whatever. That's like, I got pretty much every weekend in April booked up. All of April. All of April is booked up. So I'm hanging in here. I'm particularly interested in making sure that you have good content upcoming. I've got some great ideas. It's coming. It's on the way. And, like, don't forget, April 6th, then you're going to hear about something especially awesome. But for now, bear with me. If I miss a video by a day or 2, you know, it's coming. It's on the way. I haven't forgotten. I definitely haven't forgotten. But enough whining about that. Do you have a lot on your plate? Do you have some tips or tricks of how you deal with it? Any time management strategies? Please feel free to leave a comment in the thing below where there's comments. Do the like and subscribe thing if you feel like it. And we got, also we got Doremi Fantasy for 2 more parts. And then I'm doing a new Let's Play series, another SNES game, because it's my golden era. I got the fucking tattoo. Another one that I have some keen insights about that I'm, like, excited to share. I get passionate about that stuff, man. Like, I'm gonna get off the SNES eventually again, but, like, not yet. Not yet. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. Be good friends. I'll see you next video.